Hi everyone, this is Rujan from Tasty Tech Hardware. I got a new monitor from local vendor. That's 22-inch monitor from Benq. It's a budgeted monitor, and I thought let me take this as an opportunity to make an unboxing video of this and also teach you guys the monitor technology. Please watch this video entirely to understand the monitor technology from basics to advanced. Yeah, before we get into the box, let's see what's on the box. I guess this is the size of the monitor, 22-inch, and as I told you, and this is the monitor technology. And to see on the other sides, yeah, this is just the same thing, the size. And okay, here we got the product specifications like the contrast, brightness, etc. So we'll go in depth about this later, and nothing much. So now let's get into the box. Yeah, so let's unbox. So here we have Benq 22-inch monitor. Excited to open it. It's a very budget-friendly monitor. Yeah, if you guys are planning to buy this monitor, I guess you have to buy from an online store because they are selling it at a cheaper price than the local vendor. So I wanted this monitor very badly at this time, so I got it from the local vendor, paying extra. That's alright. So I guess you can go with the online vendor. So let's see what is there inside the box. So we have quite a few stuff. I guess this is the base of the monitor. So base of the monitor, and so here we have manual. Okay. Yeah, here we have a quick guide manual, and yeah, this is a CD. It says user manual, drivers, etc. So, and we have a cable. Nice. This is a power cable for the monitor. Yeah, seeing into the other things, here we have a VGA cable. That's an old technology cable. So it's nothing but video graphic array, and this transmits analog signals. So don't worry guys. So here we have two HDMI ports for this monitor. Don't worry. Yeah. So now let's see what's inside. Yeah. So the next thing we have is the stand, vertical stand. Let's see how to fix this. Yeah, it's good, quite easy. Yeah, so the stand is ready. Let's get into this. Here we have a 22-inch budgeted monitor from Benq. Has low blue light. Yeah, so here we have a Benq monitor, 22-inch. Yeah, so let's see the ports and the buttons it has. So here we have two HDMI port. I guess you can see two HDMI port and one VGA port, and this has two speakers in it, so it has an aux in. So here we have a power port. You can plug the power cable to power it up, and here we have few buttons to use the menu to adjust all the settings of your display. Yeah, so now we will have to fix the stand properly. So under it you can see a knob, which you will have to rotate it. Yeah, so you will have to tighten it well. So it's ready. And there's one more thing which is very important. So yeah, so here you have a rear case which you can open it. So here the cables, this is to hide the cables. So it has a good cable management. Let's fix this back. Yeah. So now let's fix the monitor. I guess you'll be able to see it now. Just have to slide it inside. Yes, done. So here we have Benq 22-inch monitor ready to. Yeah, so let's do the cable management and fixing. I put inside it. You fix the VGA port. Yes. Let's do the power cable. Yeah, cable is fixed. It's a very good cable management that Benq has made for this. Yeah, to make the desk look cleaner.
Picking a monitor for your purpose may feel very complicated, but it's not difficult to understand those technologies. Let's get into the specs of this and understand more about the monitor technology. You might have heard of people speaking resolution, aspect ratio, refresh rates. You might have also heard of people speaking about the panel they're using in the monitor like IPS, VATN. So let's understand these basic specs in detail. First, we will see resolution. This monitor has 1920 into 1080p resolution. What does this mean? You might be thinking, let me select the highest resolution I can find or afford. But this is not a good strategy while buying a monitor. When you choose a higher resolution monitor, no doubt you'll experience a good detail of pictures, but which leads to a higher graphic card and it'll cost you more. LCD display has something known as native resolution. If the native resolution is 1920-1080, the screen has physically 1920 dots wide and 1080 dots tall. There's nothing but the number of dots which can change color. How do you check your native resolution? Okay, let's follow these steps. Go to start, search display, scroll down, and you can see the resolution supported by your GPU and monitor. So in my case, it is 1920 into 1080, which is recommended. So it's better you select 1920 1080. I recommend you guys not to buy any monitor lower than 1080p. And also nowadays, 1080p monitors have become standard. People have another doubt in their mind. What's the relation between the screen size and resolution? The limitation is the screen size over 24 inches aren't great for 1080p, as the lower the pixel density on those larger monitors makes images less sharp. If you are a content creator or you need a monitor for office purpose, professional work, mediocre gaming, and you need a bigger monitor, I would recommend you go with 27 inches 1440p display, which has much higher pixel density than 1080p, and you need not worry. Nowadays, 1440p is compatible with mid-range GPUs. But if you're looking for gaming purpose and you hold higher budget, you can go with higher refresh rates like 144Hz plus G-Sync or FreeSync. Do not worry, I will also tell you about the refresh rate further. Now let's see the panel technology. This monitor has IPS panel and LED backlight technology. The most common type of panel are IPS, VA and TN. Let's see what is TN. TN is twisted pneumatic. This is the least expensive and most common LCD panel. Coming into IPS, in plane switching, these screens use liquid crystal, polarized filters and transmitters, but the arrangement is different. These panels use 8-bit depth per color instead of TN's 6-bit, which results in bigger shades to extract each color. Don't worry, I will also explain you about the bit depth color. These displays solve the problem of TN type of display, wherein you can view the monitor from different angles. This can be used in touchscreen application as this does not create distortion when you press the screen with your finger. These monitors cost more than TN displays. Most IPS display clock in a few milliseconds slower than TN displays, with the best model ranging from 5 milliseconds gray to gray, and more than 8 millisecond panels can be a little blurry in gaming. The next type of display is vertically aligned panel. This is a compromise technology between TN high speed and color rich IPS display. Now coming into the response time and refresh rate. The monitor which we unboxed has a response time of 5 millisecond gray to gray and a refresh rate of 60 Hz. What does this mean? Refresh rate is nothing but the number of times the screen is redrawn, that is, in this case, it's 60 times each second. This is suited for many desktop applications. Higher refresh rates are desirable for smoother application, moving windows, watching videos, and especially gaming. Actually, 120Hz and 144Hz is also not enough for blur-free gaming, but the technology is improving to close those gaps. So now let me show you the difference between the 144 and 60Hz monitor. Now you can see on the screen there is a tearing when the GPU sends one frame to display before it finished in the current one. This results in lower part of the screen displaying one frame and the upper display another. Hence came the G-Sync and FreeSync technology. This is a hardware support which the monitor should have and also the GPU for this to work. So next comes the response time, which I already told you it's 5 milliseconds, which is nothing but the time it takes for the monitor to shift from one color to another. This is usually measured in terms of going from gray to gray. That means going through the same full spectrum. In all cases, lower response time is better because it cuts down the issue of blurring and ghosting. An effect of slower response times that cause blurring of images on LCD monitors. It's also known as latency. Apart from motion blurring, there is another problem, tearing, which already explained to you. The secret spec, only few of the manufacturer list this spec. It's input latency. It's a delay caused by post-processing done to the video signal after it leaves the GPU, but before this displayed on the monitor screen. Instead, the manufacturer mentioned GTG, that is gray to gray. Because of the feature, this makes it very difficult to measure latency. The suggestion I would give is buy a monitor with less features for less latency. But with high performance hardware nowadays, the manufacturers are managing to reduce the latency. As I told you, there is something known as bit depth. This monitor can give 16.7 million colors as its 8-bit depth per color. Before, what's bit depth? The number of bits used to describe a pixel is known as its bit depth. This monitor can process 24-bit long description of a pixel. With 24-bit depth, 8 bits are dedicated to each of the 3 additive primary colors, red, green and blue. Color bit depth refers to the number of bits used to describe the color of a single pixel. The bit depth determines the number of colors that can be displayed at one time. The two measures describe the size of a display are aspect ratio and screen size. This monitor has an aspect ratio of 16:9. This means that the ratio of width of the display to the height is 16:9. With this, you can tell what's the aspect ratio of this monitor. Screen sizes are normally measured in inches from one corner to the corner diagonally across from it. This diagonal measuring system actually came about because the early television manufacturers wanted to make the screen size of their TVs sound more impressive. Now coming into brightness. How is brightness measured and what is brightness? This is the measurement of amount of light the LCD monitor produces. It is given in nits or 1 candelas per square meter. 1 nit is equal to 1 candelas per square meter. Typically the brightness rating range from 250 to 350 nits for monitor that perform general purpose tasks. For displaying movies, a brighter luminance rating such as 500 nits is desirable. This monitor has 250 nits. The contrast ratio rates the degree of difference of LCD monitors' ability to produce bright whites and dark blacks. The figure is usually measured as a ratio. For example, 500 is to 1. Typically, the contrast ratio ranges from 450 is to 1 to 600 is to 1, and they can be rated as high as 1000 is to 1. Higher the contrast ratio, better the picture will look. And the last good thing about this monitor is it has very thin bezel. These are some of the basic specs you have to know before buying a monitor. I guess now you guys are prepared for it. There is always a compromise between the feature you get and your budget. Thank you all. Hope you like this video. If so, hit the like button and also don't forget to comment what you felt about the video. Last but not the least, please hit the subscribe button for more videos.